Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to ItsKim Live. I am ItsKim. Thank you so much for being here. If you've never seen me before, hi. I'm a pop culture commentator and I talk about things that I'm interested in and pop culture and in the news and all that type of stuff. I love psychology. I love mental health. I also love Britney Spears. So we've been doing a lot of coverage on that because of her new best-selling book, The Woman in Me. But we talk about lots of different things, and I'm so happy to have you here. If you are watching on the replay, hi, replay crew. There are timestamps in the top comment that is pinned. So if you want to jump around in this stream and see, specific parts, you are welcome to do so, or you can just watch the whole thing. This is an interactive show where I communicate a lot with my community, which we lovingly call the Space Angels. So hello to all of my Space Angels today. Thank you for being here. If you are interested in joining the Space Angels, you can check out our membership options. It's a low price. I keep everybody the same. If you're not in that place, you can absolutely allow gifts because we tend to have gifting wars in here from time to time. So you may end up getting one, you know, just for fun, just as a gift. Why not? Come and join us. Also, please remember to like this stream and please check if you are subscribed. Would very much mean a lot to me. I am attempting to one day get 30,000 followers. That would be incredible. So if you want to help me on that journey, please consider hitting that subscribe button or double check that you are because YouTube's being weird. But regardless of all of that, hello everyone. Happy Wednesday. I see lots of you in the chat that I recognize. I see Soki, I see Tammy, I see Purple Rose Gamer, I see King Bob, I see the General Scott, I see Katie. I see Project Metal Music. I see Blue Eyed Chaos. I see Ryan Appleton. I see Aria. I see Lulu's mom. I see Jules Candle. I see Sage Warrior. I see Tia. Of course, I see Linda. Hi, Linda. Um, so many of you here. Cerberus Gaming Reaper. I see you. Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Jean Rick. Hello. And also, thank you so much to King Bob, who just gave a membership. It's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Welcome to the new Space Angel. I believe that is Irish Carlabine. Welcome. Welcome. It's good to see you guys here. All right. So I have a few things I want to talk about today. Um, I will let you guys know I do not have my co-pilot beside me. She's going to her hair appointment. And I very much miss my Lacey Bear. For those of you that watch the show regularly, my dog is always with me, so it feels very weird. But producer sister is here. We have lots of stories to talk about, and we also have a what the what. So we're gonna have a good time. And I have to tell you guys from the what the what point, um, producer sister has apparently found a saga. We're gonna have to take a look at this. This is like there's 30 updates on this thing over 3 years. So I'm debating like maybe we need to have like a saga week where like the what is just this because there's no way that I can read all of that in one sitting. Like rip my voice. But I know you guys love the sagas and producer sister really wants to find good sagas that we enjoy and it's one of those things we'd love to do one every day if we could, but we don't get to make the content, right? The mess has to happen, and then people have to be willing to share that mess and invite us into that conversation. So I don't want to we can't commit that that's going to be it every single time. But when we find something, I can tell you, producer sister is digging, she is working, she is trying, and if it does come all together, it'll be a good time. Sorry, it's gonna take 3 years. It's been 30 years. We've been reading this saga. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. If we have to condense certain things for timing, we will. So it'll be okay. Katie Artist in 94. We'll be here for 6 hours. I can only keep you here until 4. You know this. Depending on your time zone. No. I keep you guys past 4 all the time. In all fairness, in Eastern Standard Time, I do all the time. Oh, goodness. Yeah.
I'm not even done.
Yeah, she's not even done reading it yet. It's a lot. So I will let you guys know when we know what's going on. But what I am gonna do is change my views here so I can't see the chat as well. But I will be I just saw Rando's comment. Oh my gosh. Rando, I can't. I cannot. So we can start being civil to Dan soon. You know what? I hope that Dan is having his character arc right now and he's becoming a better person. Yeah. So what I am going to do here is I'm going to start going through the stories, and I will be having a any support that comes in, I will read it between sections. So I'm not going to be ignoring you, but I can't stop and keep going back and forth, or else I get really distracted and I have a lot of trouble with that. So I don't want to do that. Let me just double check here, make sure everything is good to go. Awesome. I would encourage you guys to please, please, please like this video if you have not. I don't know if did everybody receive notifications or not. It's been weird this week. It's been pretty bad. So if you wouldn't mind hitting that like, it does help out. But let's get into the topic. And this is the Britney biopic, the rumored Britney biopic that apparently is coming. So, of course, as always, this stream will include a lot of speculation and opinion coming from me and should not be taken as fact. However, in the description, there is always a document. And in that document, there are links. And all of those links refer to what I am talking about today, images that are used, articles that are referenced, all that type of thing. And I do that specifically because if you want to do your own research, you can start there if you want, or you can fact check me if you want, all those types of things. So, yeah, do your own research. As well, hi, YouTube human reviewer. Nothing explicit is going to be shown. There won't be any trigger words being said. I've gone to great lengths to make sure that that does not happen. Also, just as a friendly reminder, please do not send hate to anybody that we talk about in the streams or whatever. Hate is not nice. And YouTube human reviewer, please know, as always, when it comes to your guidelines and making this stream appropriate for your platform.
I'm trying.
I'm trying very hard. Okay. Alrighty, let's go. So, some A-listers reportedly are very, very interested in a biopic based off of Britney Spears' best-selling memoir, The Woman in Me. And we've got an article here from page 6 that I want to go through with you. They have a lot of exclusives, so I figured they were a good article to start with. So here we go. Brad Pitt, Reese Witherspoon. I'm going to mess up her name so much. I'm so sorry. Gunning to produce screen adaptation of Britney Spears' memoir. Brad Pitt and Reese Witherspoon are among a slew of A-listers gunning to produce a screen adaptation of Britney's memoir. Multiple sources tell us that Margot Robbie has also expressed interest in turning The Woman in Me into a film or TV series. However, contrary to reports, we're told that Shonda Rhimes, who wrote Spears' 2002 movie Crossroads, is not one of the producers eyeing the highly coveted gig. And that is something I've heard from a couple sources that she was. People were assuming, I guess, and no, apparently that's not what's happening. Shondaland is not pursuing this project, a spokesperson for the Grey's Anatomy Creators Company tells page 6. So that's directly from them. We will not be having Shonda involved. We hear the planned adaptation is still in its very early stages as interest mounts and bids continue to roll in. It's only beginning to take shape, one insider shares. In fact, Britney Spears, 41, rescheduled a recent meeting with an unnamed top producer at the last minute because she didn't feel up to it, according to another source, The Ankler, who was first to report the news. A source told Hollywood Newsletter that the pop star is overwhelmed by the response to her book's release and the media frenzy surrounding it, causing her team to hold off making any major decisions about where the rights end up until she has time to catch her breath, which I think is wise. This has been insane the past month, and there's been a lot of people saying stuff, her family's responses to it, like it's just been on and on and on and on and on. So I'm glad that they are not rushing into anything. I don't think that would be a good idea. Sorry. The Ankler also reported that Spears is separately in talks for a participatory documentary that could come with a $40 million paycheck. And I am here for this. Give my queen $40 million and let her tell her story in a documentary, please. Please, please, please. I would love that. Absolutely love that. Reps for Spears, Pitt, Witherspoon, and Robbie did not respond to page 6's requests for comment. All right. So, as far as how I feel about this, I am a little bit hesitant, to be honest with you, when it comes with a biopic or a TV series. I don't like the idea of it. There's so much that can go wrong. And that's kind of my main concern is I don't know, like, this could be bad. You know what I mean? It could be really, really bad. And I just don't wanna see her go through that, and I also am nervous with Brad Pitt in the mix, and I wanna be honest about this because I know that Britney in the past has really, really loved Brad Pitt. She's never been shy about that. She loves, loves, loves Brad Pitt. But, but Brad Pitt recently produced a little movie. Oh, crap, I forgot a place. Oh, anyway, sorry, that was all just background stuff, not important. Brad Pitt produced the biopic that recently came out about Marilyn Monroe called Blonde. I don't know how many of you guys saw Blonde. Put a 1 in the chat if you saw Blonde, let me know. Um, Although the movie received praise for its performances, particularly its lead star, Anna, who did an incredible job of capturing Marilyn's essence, I will give her that, like, hands down. But this film got panned. Bad, bad. And as a Marilyn fan myself, I was disgusted with this film, and I'm nowhere near the only person who felt that way. Critics and audiences did as well. This paragraph from film critic Therese Laxon basically sums it up, and she just said, "Blonde portrays Marilyn Monroe as a lifelong victim, as one of Hollywood's symbols. It's not difficult to imagine the horrors and the trauma that Norma Jean Mortensen might have faced as an actor finding her way in Hollywood in the 50s and 60s. Exploited and often seen only for her physical beauty and allure, Marilyn was loved and hated by many. In Blonde, the film sees that love as an obsession. Some might call the director Andrew Dominic bold for his take on Monroe's story, but it's hard to imagine that this movie is made by anyone who sees Marilyn as anything other than a object and a perpetual victim." Yeah, and the thing is, that is the last thing that Britney wants. For those of you that have not seen the film, I will tell you, when it premiered, I read a lot of stories about people weeping in the audience, covering their faces. They couldn't watch it in parts. The film is rated NC-17. It's a lot. It's a lot, and I really would not recommend it to anybody who is sensitive to any type of essay topic or anything related, as well as ending of a pregnancy related. There's a lot in that film that is really, really disturbing, for a lot of people. So, again, but Brad was there through this film's process, and this is what came out of it. So I am scared of Britney potentially having someone, you know, treating her that way on screen, which I am not gonna be okay with. Absolutely not. And the thing is, Britney doesn't want to be viewed as a victim. This is a quote actually from her book, where she said, "Being controlled made me so angry on behalf of anyone who doesn't have the right to determine their own fate. I'm just grateful, honestly, for each day. I'm not here to be a victim." I said on Instagram after the conservatorship was terminated. "I lived with victims my whole life as a child. That's why I got out of the house. And I worked for 20 years and I worked my butt off. Hopefully, my story will make an impact and some changes in the corrupt system." So, Britney has no interest probably in being portrayed in that way. I can't see her wanting that. Um, so that's part of why I'm nervous about it. And the other thing too that I cannot ignore when we talk about this is the elephant in the room, which is that there are a lot of similarities between Britney and Marilyn. Actually, fun fact, rumor has it, allegedly, they're actually related. Ninth cousins 3 times removed. And I'd love to say that that's like a long shot and ridiculous, but the thing is when you really look at them side by side, yeah, I see it. I just I see it. I see it. It it very well is possible. And the disrespect from the media and the public towards both of these women really upsets me. There's nothing we can do now about what happened to Marilyn, whichever theory you believe in regarding her passing. But Britney is here. And sometimes I feel like our media has learned nothing. Absolutely nothing. Marilyn was an intelligent, talented, beautiful woman, and so is Britney. And they've both been exploited. So My hope is that Britney's struggle coming into the forefront, coming into the light, more people will be willing to stand up for her and will want her to be respected and will not want to see her as a joke. And that the general public, if there was a movie that came out about her that was disrespectful, that the public would not support it. Um, because we don't want to see any more disrespect towards her coming out. It's not okay. And I'm very, very frustrated with it. I'm at the end of my rope. And it's the whole thing that it's like, I'd love to say that it's isolated incidents or whatever, but it still seems like it's totally fine to make jokes about Britney. But I do see more people being like, no, that's not fun. That's not okay. We don't like this. So that is encouraging to me. So I can't see this type of an experience for her being super healthy unless she really has control. And that's what I really want for Britney always is her health and her happiness, whatever it looks like for her. And the only real saving grace that I see in this situation is Reese Witherspoon, which again is always going to make me get tongue tied. And I'm very sorry. So Reese is actually a role model of Britney's, and Britney wrote about Reese, inspiring her to wield her power in a positive way in her book. She said, as I became stronger and entered a new phase of my womanhood, I started to look around for examples of how to wield power in a positive way. Reese Witherspoon was a great example for me. She is sweet, she's nice, and she's very smart. Once you start to see yourself that way, not just someone who exists to make everyone else happy, but someone who deserves to make their wishes known, that changes everything. And when I started to think that I could be like Reese, someone who was nice but also strong, it changed my perspective on who I was. So that's I do think that that's nice. And at the same time, Reese has also talked about Britney, and the treatment that Britney has faced in the media compared to her. So this is actually an article from 2021 where it says Reese has carved out a multifaceted career as an Academy Award winning actress, an entrepreneur, and a producer, championing women centric stories. But her career may have looked a lot different if she had received the same media scrutiny as Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan in the 2000s. The Hello Sunshine founder said in an interview she did with Time, Witherspoon called the tabloids unfairly constructing bad narratives. Oh, sorry. Witherspoon recalled tabloids unfairly constructing bad narratives around other women while casting a select few, like herself and her friend Jennifer Garner, as good. What if the media had decided I was someone else? I would be in a totally different position, she said. After watching the New York Times documentary Framing Britney Spears, Witherspoon said her life in the early 2000s actually looked somewhat similar to the pop star. She divorced her first husband, Ryan, in 2008, a year after Britney divorced Kevin. Witherspoon also had her second child in 2003, 3 years before Spears gave birth to her second son, Jaden. The paparazzi followed Witherspoon's every move, she said, recalling the ever-present cameras at church, school, her kids' sports practices. At one point, Witherspoon said photographers tried to take pictures of her family through the kitchen window. Though Witherspoon said there were videos of her lashing out at the paparazzi, her angry reactions didn't affect her rosy girl next door reputation the same way that Spears' outburst did. So, I really do believe that if this is going to move forward, a film, a TV series, a whatever they end up deciding to try to make it, it needs a female hand. I believe that very strongly. And that's not a criticism at men because I know many amazing men who want to see women's stories told respectfully and authentically. But the bottom line of how I feel about this is that this needs to be done with the full approval of Britney Spears and run by people that want to show Britney as the survivor and the fighter that she is and not a helpless victim. So I I'm interested to know what you guys think realistically, just with everything. I want to do a poll. And I was originally, I kind of wanted to ask, like, would you guys be okay if you had to pick? Who would you rather produce, Brad or Reese? But I feel like I haven't portrayed Brad in a super positive light. So I don't know if that's really fair of a question for me to ask. So I'm just going to ask, would you be interested in a Britney biopic? Okay. So we have 3 options. We're gonna have yes, no, and yes only if she's involved. Okay, so you guys can have your voice heard that way. Okay, and I'm just double checking the chat because I haven't been here. I do want to say, Houston, yeah, said they would also need another actress for the young Britney. How long do you think it will be until a certain Jamie Lynn Spears throws her hat in the ring on that one? I can already hear it.
Well, I actually played the younger version of her in Crossroads, so I think I'm perfect for the role.
While you guys are voting, I do just want to say I have seen a lot about Jamie Lynn potentially being on, or no, that she is going to be on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. And I've been trying to learn a little bit about the show because I've actually never watched it. It's like a UK show from my understanding. And I've had a few people DM me really mad that she's going to be on this show. I actually had one DM from someone that was like, "I'm so angry, I'm going to throw up." Like they were just so upset. And I'm like, "You know what? I think if my favorite show suddenly had Jamie Lynn on it, I would be pretty mad too. Not going to lie. I'd be pretty pissed." So, but I do think it'll be interesting. And from what I've heard, um, there's stuff like the people at home get to vote on who in the cast has to do these really like gross challenges like daily. I don't understand why she's decided to do this. I don't get it. I do not understand it. Like why would you willingly, she has to know. Like she has to know that this is going to happen. And I'm just waiting for her to turn it around and to be like, everybody's bullying me. I'm like, I give up. I give up. I just can't. I can't. And it's like a part of me wants to watch it and a part of me does not. Because I don't want to give it attention and I don't want to be like mean spirited. But at the same time, it's like the buffoonery. You know what I mean? Just the absolute, I don't even know what this is, a train wreck. And that's what I feel like it is. It's a train wreck you can't look away from. That's my opinion. Well, guys, in the poll, it looks like we've got 23% of you saying yes, you'd be interested in the biopic regardless of her involvement, 3% saying no, and 74% of you saying yes if she is involved. So I think I think we're pretty much all here for it. We're here for it in one way or another, but I think the vast majority of us want it to be one that she's involved in. And I think that that's probably for the best. And if she's not ready to be involved in it, then I don't know if she's ready for the movie to be made, in all fairness. So that's how I would leave that. Oh, let me see here. Just taking a look at the chat here, making sure I have not missed anything. It's all good. Aria said she's trying to upstage her sister by eating gross things on a reality show in the middle of the jungle. Okay. I know what you're saying, Aria, but it's just like the logic. The math ain't mathin'. It's not gonna work.
Jamie's math is mathing.
Producer sister just said none of Jamie Lynn's math is mathing, and I think that's fair. I think that's a fair statement. Oh my goodness. Calvert just said the only reason Jamie Lynn is doing it, in my opinion, is to get people to like her, which I'll never like her again. She's vile. Yep. King Bob also said Jamie Lynn also says she doesn't want to be away from her kids. Like W2F, how does she think her sister felt about being away from her boys? I don't understand how she literally left special forces and had that whole like crying thing. And if you look at the interview of it, again, she's doing that weird, like when she cries, she wipes tears away here, as opposed to like, when they're coming out of a tear duct, which has honestly made me think because I've now seen this on multiple occasions of her crying from the side of her cheek. Like, does she have a tear duct there or what? Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. But I just remember her like crying and being like, I didn't want to leave my kids for any longer. They didn't decide they wanted a crap mom. They don't want a crap mom. And she kept calling herself a crap mom. And I was like, was this not a conversation you guys had before you left to do a reality show? And it wasn't that shot in like, well, I don't even remember where it was shot. But I mean, she was away. She was away from her kids. And then that's the reason she leaves. And then the next thing we know, she's going to I'm a Celebrity, Give Me Out of Here, which I believe, isn't it filmed in like Australia?
Yes, it's
So her family's in like Louisiana and she's going to Australia after previously being like, I was so far away from my kids. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's not going to. It is not going to. Yeah, Ryan Appleton, exactly. First, she did that SWAT reality show, didn't make it, did Dancing with the Stars, didn't last long, and now I'm a celeb. Like, as my friend Andy said yesterday, how long till she's on The Masked Singer? How long? And watch her costume be like a lioness. Just, mm, I can't. I'm sorry. So frustrated with it. Anyway, next thing I wanted to do. Also, thank you. I'm seeing some more people have joined us. Thank you for coming. Please remember to hit that like button. I very much appreciate it. And I'm going to continue to do the same thing where I'll move on to the next topic. We'll talk about that topic. And then when we're done, I will read any support or any super chats or whatever that comes in. And it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just I need to focus on what I'm doing. So please understand that. The next thing I really wanted to do here was a couple of weeks ago, actor, activist Matthew Perry passed away. And we had a little moment where we were talking about it, when it happened. And I know a lot of people in our audience were emotional about it. And I thought it would be sweet. The four of the five friends, cast members, have made statements as of today. And I wanted to go through them and read them together and share those memories, so we can all kind of share memories and be there together because I know that this is hard. I tried to go through Jennifer's on my own and I got pretty emotional as it was. So, just a place for us all to be together and to remember things. So the first one was from Matt LeBlanc. So he played Joey on Friends. So that's the two of them there. And he said, it's with a heavy heart that I say goodbye. The times we had together are honestly among the favorite times of my life. It was an honor to share the stage with you and to call you my friend. I will always smile when I think of you, and I'll never forget you. Never. Spread your wings and fly, brother. You're finally free. Much love. Sorry, I love that. And I guess you're keeping the $20 that you owe me. Oh my goodness. I love that end part. I think this is a really sweet message. It's a very, very sweet message. And I think they had a really interesting connection on the show. For a lot of the show, for those of you that don't know, they were roommates, and really good friends. And they had incredible chemistry together as actors. So yeah. And as King Bob just said, the $20 is such a Joey thing to say. It's very true. The next one I have is David Schwimmer, who played Ross. And Ross's character and Chandler's character had been friends since high school, I believe. Is this college? Was this like the Miami Vice thing they did?
This was the flashback.
Yes.
Or the Thanksgiving episodes.
Yeah. So this was this shot was taken in a flashback episode that they did where they remembered being in college and having that like suit moment at Thanksgiving. Yeah. So they're banned.
Yeah, they were in a band.
Oh gosh. Yeah, so David's statement is, Maddie, thank you for 10 incredible years of laughter and creativity. I will never forget your impeccable comic timing and delivery. You could take a straight line of dialogue and bend it to your will, resulting in something so entirely original and unexpectedly funny, it still astonishes. And you had heart, which you were generous with, and you shared with us so that we could create a family out of 6 strangers. This photo is from one of my favorite moments with you. Now it makes me smile and grieve at the same time. I imagine you up there somewhere in the same white suit, hands in your pockets, looking around. Could there be any more clouds? I thought was very sweet. Very, very sweet. These are hard. Okay. This is a Jennifer Aniston statement. And one thing I've been talking to producer sister about quite a bit over these past couple of weeks is um that Jennifer and Matt were actually very close. And there is a reason when you look at the show as a whole that there are very few storylines where it's Rachel and Chandler. And it's because the two of them could not stop laughing when they were together. So they knew they had to like almost separate them or else they would never get anything done. um yeah, it's so I love this so much that this was very much a friendship. She was very supportive of him through a lot of his dark days. Um and so we kind of had the feeling that this one was going to cut deep when we heard from Jennifer. So she said, "Oh boy, this one has cut deep. Having to say goodbye to our Maddie has been an insane wave of emotions that I've never experienced before. We all experience loss at some point in our lives, loss of life or loss of love. Being able to really sit in this grief allows you to feel the moments of joy and gratitude for having loved someone that deep. And we loved him deeply. He was such a part of our DNA. We were always the six of us. This was a chosen family that forever changed the course of who we were and what our path was going to be. For Maddie, he knew he loved to make people laugh. As he said himself, if he didn't hear the laugh, he thought he was going to die. His life literally depended on it. And boy, did he succeed in doing just that. He made us all laugh and laugh hard. And the last couple weeks, I've been poring over our texts to one another, laughing and crying and then laughing again. I'll keep them forever and ever. I found one text that he sent me out of nowhere one day. It says it all. And the image is they sent this picture, or I think Matthew or she sent the picture to him and said, thank you for making me laugh or making my day. And the response was, the first of many. So just kind of this idea that this was the relationship they had, that they did just constantly make each other laugh. And she says, "Maddie, I love you so much. And I know you are now completely at peace and out of any pain. I talk to you every day. Sometimes I can almost hear you saying, 'Could you be any crazier?' Rest, little brother. You always made my day." Which I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm not fine. And the last one that we have is from Courtney Cox. And for those of you that didn't watch the show, Courtney Cox played a character called Monica. And Monica and Chandler got together towards kind of the middle-ish of the show, I think season 6.
London was the end of season 4.
End of season 4 they started, but they stayed together.
So the remainder, so 6 seasons.
Yeah.
6 full seasons they were together.
Yeah. So 6 seasons of the show, they were a couple. And it was kind of one of those situations where I don't think it was originally planned to be a super long thing, but
It was supposed to be a one-night stand.
yeah, a one-night stand, but the fans just loved it. Absolutely loved it. So they kept it. I think I read at one point that Chandler was supposed to cheat on Monica and they were like, "No, we're not doing that. No, this is the couple." So Courtney would obviously have a very unique relationship with Matthew. So Courtney said, "I am so grateful for every moment I had with you, Maddie, and I miss you every day. When you work with someone as closely as I did with Matthew, there are thousands of moments I wish I could share. For now, here's one of my favorites. To give a little backstory, Chandler and Monica were supposed to have a one-night fling in London. Because of the audience's reaction, it became the beginning of their love story. In this scene, before we started rolling, he whispered a funny line for me to say. He often did things like that. He was funny and he was kind. And the scene basically, Chandler sits up from the bed. Ross comes running in the room, and Ross is Monica's brother and is like, "I'm getting married today. I'm getting married today." And Chandler's like, "Okay. Yeah, you are. Yay." And he leaves, and Monica has been under the blankets the entire time. So she just kind of pops up and goes, "Do you think he knew that I was here? Do you think he saw me? And
Do you think he knew I was here?"
Yeah, did you think he knew I was here? And the audience just went absolutely crazy. Everybody lost it. And they just had to pause for so long before the studio audience would calm down. Like, this was not a make a reaction, like put the sign up, like, "Oh, ooh," or whatever. Like, people lost it. They were so excited. So when the laughing and the yelling and the everything kind of calmed down, Courtney just looks at Matt and goes, "Your turn." And they both go under the covers again. And they all just start laughing and Courtney at the end of it was like, "He told me to say it. He told me to say it." And it was really, really funny. Um, but yeah, you can tell it's like Matthew was very loved. This was a family for him. These people miss him deeply. And this is very much a theme that I'm seeing with a lot of people who are talking about him, that he just made things way he just made everything very special. I do want to comment. Lisa Kudrow, who played Phoebe, has not made a statement at this time. However, something that I think is very important to mention, as producer sister and I spoke about it today, Lisa is not very active on social media at all. I believe her last tweet was in December of last year.
And Twitter, yeah.
Yeah, it was Twitter. And then her last Instagram post was actually in May. So this is not something that she does very often. I would not interpret her not making a statement. I wouldn't interpret her not making a statement as something that is, shady or bad. I would probably say Lisa is probably in a lot of grief right now, and she will speak when she's ready. But there's been nothing about her being upset, like in an angry way about this, that she had any bad blood with him. That's not at all what has been going on here. So just to dispel that. But yes, those are the statements from the cast of Friends up until this point. If Lisa does make a statement, I will let you guys know. And that is pretty much the headlines for today. I see Lewis popped in. Hi, Lewis. Lewis just said, "Hit the likes, friends. Kim works hard on these streams. Show the love." I appreciate that, Lewis. Thank you very much. And if you're not subscribed to Nerd Report, you can check out his channel. I have a link in the description of this video for him too. What? Kelbear just said, "Lisa has made a statement now. I just saw it on Instagram." Producer sister, can you double check that for me? I believe you, Kelbear, but we have to verify ourselves, unfortunately. Speaking of verifying things ourselves, I have seen a bit more reporting. Sorry. I have seen a bit more reporting regarding the story that we talked about on Monday about Britney's manager. The message was fake from what I'm seeing. So yeah, Cade didn't say that SNL was on life support. He didn't diss Chloe Fineman. It was all basically a nothing burger, which is frustrating, but I don't think that changes how many people were upset about the sketch in the first place. Okay. Calbear, we're not seeing the statement, which I'm just wondering, yeah, where did you see it, like directly on her official Instagram? Because there have been a number of statements that have come out, like, and if you Google like Lisa and the statement, sometimes other ones are coming up, but it's not her. So I'm just going to take a quick look, because if I can. Oh, yes, it just came out. It just came out 29 minutes ago. It dropped.
There we go.
Is it on her Insta?
Yeah, now it's there.
Okay. Let me go on her Instagram. I'm not surprised. It seems like they maybe they planned this and they've been doing it, like staggering it. Thank you, Kelbear, for letting us know. I appreciate it.
They did everything together as a group.
Yeah.
It's not going to change now.
Okay, so I don't have time to make a pretty slide about it, so we're just going to share screen. If you guys are cool with that. There we are. So I know you guys can't see the text that well, but this is the photo. It doesn't look like there's another photo. So Lisa wrote, shot the pilot, Friends Like Us, got picked up, and then immediately we were at NBC upfronts. Then you suggested we play poker and made it so much fun while we initially bonded. Thank you for that. Thank you for making me laugh so hard at something you said that my muscles ached and tears poured down my face every day. Thank you for your open heart in a six-way relationship that required compromise and a lot of talking. Thank you for showing up at work when you weren't well and then being completely brilliant. Thank you for the best 10 years a person gets to have. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for all I learned about grace and love through knowing you. Thank you for the time I got to have with you, Matthew. Oh, gosh. I keep thinking that this is going to get easier, and it's not. It's not. And as producer sister just said, they did everything as a group, and that's not going to change now. You know what, though? I think in a weird way, I think that's a good thing because only they can really relate to each other about that experience of having something that successful, that massive, all those types of things. Um, and the fact that they were all still able to support each other and look out for each other. And I mean, like there were things I know a lot of people have talked about that apparently David Schwimmer really fought for them to have equal pay.
They all did.
Yeah, they all fought for each other to be treated fairly.
David and Jen took a pay cut.
Yeah, David and Jen producer sister said took a pay cut so that they all could be treated fairly. They all really looked out for each other, and I think that that is such a beautiful thing and such an example, I think, for all of us that it is possible to have healthy relationships, to have loving relationships, to be able to work alongside people and really care about them and have chosen family, um, and to laugh and laugh and love, as cliche as that sounds, and forgive and all those types of things. We don't see that as much anymore. And I think it's very special that it did happen because I mean, you hear things like about casts, like I think of that 70s show now. You look at the dynamics that we've heard now about that cast and certain people that hung out together and certain people that didn't for different reasons. And it's just really nice to see the love. It's nice to see the love in between them. And I think that might have been part of why Friends was so special because you can't fake that kind of chemistry, right? So it's very sweet. Oh, well, it's so good to see everybody. I see some of you guys coming in and being like, I'm late, and no notifications or whatever. Thank you so much for being here. I very much appreciate it. If you decide to watch the stuff earlier on the replay, I'll have timestamps below so you can jump around if that's what you want to do. Because I'm very happy that you are here. So, we do have a What the What today. Producer sister has put together for us. So what we're going to do is have our halftime, which is now. So if you guys have any comments, any questions, anything you want to send in, anything you want to talk about, now is the time to do that. Then we'll have our fun and then we'll have our wind down discussion. I do see Jackie Swan gifted a membership. Thank you so, so much. I don't know who got it, but welcome to the Space Angels community. DW got it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Awesome. Welcome. I'm happy that you did. It always makes me happy when those things happen. It's good to see everybody here and the support and the love. It's always good. It's always good. Yeah, DW's like, I did. Yay! Yeah. Denise just said all the people that were shading Friends saying How I Met Your Mother or Seinfeld was way better. No, sorry. Friends were friends in real life. It's fair. It's fair. Ugh. Katie Artist 94, did you hear Ruby and Jody's belief on PTSD and ADHD? They preached like it doesn't exist. You're hiding behind trauma, pretending to not be able, and she was a licensed therapist. I'm not shocked about that at all. It always amazes me when, I I know there's some therapists that have unorthodox views and things like that, but when it comes to things like PTSD and ADHD, the neurology is there. And that's to me, that's just the dumbest thing if you want to argue it from like a social nature versus nurture thing, whatever. I don't really care the sociological aspect of everything. This is a neurological thing. It can be seen on brain scans. It's there. You can say whatever you want, but it's there and that's not going to change. So go ahead and have, Ruby and Jody and have your stupid wrong opinion because you're entitled to your wrong opinion, but that's exactly what it is. It's not based in neuroscience. So, okay. I'm not shocked. Uh, oh, Denise, thank you. By the way, your sweater is so cute, Kim. Thank you very much. I will comment on this because I've had a few people say stuff about this one over the years. This is actually, um it was a Barbie collaboration from back in the day at Hot Topic, but it was with Patricia Field, who's a great designer. So it was a lot of fun. It was a really, really fun collection. And I enjoyed it. So that's what it is. Avenged Average Supreme sent a super sticker. It's the hippos. Should we make that like the thing? I need to pick a super sticker. Like I know that like Steph has her super sticker that she loves, the farting doggy.
Yeah.
I do like the hippo because I don't know how many of you guys have been around for a while, but we've talked about something that's very popular in Canadian culture, and it's called the house hippo. And it was a commercial that was put out for kids from like concerned children's advertisers back in like the 90s, just to try to teach kids that just because you see things on TV, that doesn't mean that it's real. So the commercial at the time looked very realistic, and it had a little tiny hippo running around your house. So it was like the size of like a mouse. So your house hippo would sleep in your shoes, it would hide in the closet, it ate your food off your counter, all those types of things. And then at the end, it just says, like, that looked really real, didn't it? But a part of you knew that it couldn't be true, right? And that's why you can't believe everything that you see on television. And they've done like a 2.0 version and all that type of thing. But I always love talking about the house hippo when I see things on the internet because it's the same thing. It's you can't believe everything you read on the internet. You just can't. And there are always going to be house hippos. There are always going to be house hippos that want your click, that want your view, that are going to try to make drama. They're going to try to say stuff that's not true, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, that's what they are. They're a house hippo. So it sounds kind of shady, but it's like, no, it's just, be, be diligent about what you look at, and that's why I'm so open about, I don't know if maybe this is like church culture, like the good parts of it that have stayed with me. But I had one pastor I really do respect genuinely. Like when I talk about, the issues I've had within religion, I'm not speaking about some incredible pastors that I've had. And one of them in particular would always be like, if you don't agree with this, here is the scripture. Fact check me. Go throughout the week, go read it in different translations, go look at everything. Don't believe it just because it's coming out of my mouth. Believe it because that's what you see. Believe that because this is what your research and your digging, that you come to the same conclusion. I don't want you just blindly following me. And I try to apply that in my own way with what I do now. And that's part of why I have the source doc. And that's why that I try to explain how I arrive at these conclusions, because I think it's really important, because we live in a world right now where, creators sometimes, and I'm not throwing shade at anybody, but like, you know, media, all that type of stuff, they want the headline, they want the quick click, they'll say anything to get it. Um, and it's not always based in fact. It's just based in anonymous sources that really have no weight, and then people go crazy. Like, for example, the message from Cade the other day, right? That was a house hippo. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. Denise, thank you for the super sticker of the hippo hype. I like that one too. That one's fun. I like both of those. And Tyrana, thank you. She's been a member for 5 months. Thank you for all your great streams. I appreciate that very much. I also can't remember. I know you sent in a super sticker on the last stream, and I can't remember if I thanked you for that or not. I also wanted to say thank you. I haven't seen her. I don't know if she's here, but I did receive a PayPal from Heather, which I very much appreciate. Um, and I'm just double checking here to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. And also, thank you very much to General Scott for the support that you've given me as well this week. I very, very much appreciate it. Oh my gosh, we got more super stickers. Oh my goodness. Okay. We got another hippo. He's cool too. He's cool too, King Bob. I like him. He's like
Just hippos.
he's like the dance. And then Tyrena, thank you so much for the super sticker again as well. And General Scott, thank you for the gifted membership. You guys are wonderful. Thank you so much. The support is incredible and it always just makes my day. But yeah, if you guys want to do like the thing that like you know, Steph the Alter Nerd has her farting doggy, I can have hippos. I'm fine with that. We can make it the hippo thing. I got no problem with that at all. Oh my gosh. The other thing too I think of is, do you guys know Fiona the hippo? Do you guys remember Fiona the hippo? Fiona was a hippo that was born at the Cincinnati Zoo. And she's so cute. It should be illegal. Let me pull this up. Okay, let me share screen. I have to show you guys Fiona the hippo if you've never seen Fiona the hippo. There's Fiona the hippo. Look at her. She's so cute. Yeah, she was born 6 weeks premature. Now she weighs like a lot more than that. What she did. But I think she's adorable. So adorable. There's another picture of her. Her little feet. Yeah, so cute. So cute. So much fun. And I just remember thinking, like, I never thought that hippos were cute. And then I saw Fiona and I'm like, okay. I just haven't been looking at the right hippos. Hippos are adorable. Yeah, Katie R. Jennifer. Fiona's the best. Yes. I think Rando's right. Yeah, I think she does have a brother now. It's so cool. It's so cool. I love it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Cornelia G. Yeah, hippos are cute but dangerous. I'm not advocating for you to go and get a hippo. Keep your distance. Those things are strong and they can be very scary. And they're very big. Not the type of animal you want to domesticate. Not a good call. Not a good call at all. Yeah, exactly. Producer sister's like, where are you gonna put her? Where does she go? Oh my gosh, it's like the goose. I could tell you guys that. Do you guys want to hear a story before we go into what the what of something that my fella and I did? I'm waiting for the chat to catch up. It's a fun story. It's a fun story. So when I was in my early 20s, my fella and I had not gotten married yet. I think we were engaged at the time, where we were shortly going to be engaged, but we had been together for, a while at that point. And my fella calls me. I'm at work. He's at work. And one of the things I will tell you about my fella is he has a huge heart when it comes to animals. He is an animal lover. Um, and he's calling me and he sounds very upset. And I'm like, what is going on? And I could barely make out what he was saying. But the long and short of it was that there was a little family of Canada geese. And they had, so it was a mom and a dad, and then they had their eggs, and he had been watching them from afar, because those of you that know Canada geese know you don't go near. You do not go near the Canada geese. You leave them alone. Always. Always, always, always. But at the same time, there had been some predators around, and the geese were doing their best to protect their babies. So he came out from work, and there was one baby Canada goose alone in the nest. And he was very concerned because he was watching other animals coming around and was just going like, if I leave this baby, and he's looking everywhere for the parents and they're not here. They're gone. They're gone. So he decided, he went in after his break, he left the baby. He came back out at lunch and the baby was still alive, but there was no sign of the parents whatsoever. So he was like, we have to get this baby to a rescue organization ASAP, because he realized very quickly the baby was very friendly. The baby actually like ran to him, but it was limping and there was something wrong with its leg. So we figured at that point, we looked it up, and sometimes if the babies are not able to move, they are left behind. And that is what happened. And so we took baby Goose home for the night.
Yep.
So we could get in touch with a rescue organization that would reunite the baby goose with another family of Canada geese, because they actually do adopt. If they find a baby Canada goose, they will take them in even if it's not their own blood. So they had a whole program for these abandoned baby geese. So in the meantime, for a night, my husband and I had a baby Canada goose. Most geese you're not supposed to interact with at all. Canada geese, if they do not have socialization, they can they can die. It's not good. So we got a little like dog carrier, and we found proper. We like called the the rescue organization. We found out what we should be feeding the goose, and we took care of the goose. And then we had to drop it off. But producer sister did downtown, and we went to the rescue after and spoke with them, and it was confirmed that the baby goose was introduced with another family, and baby goose, who we named Emma, is out there in the world doing well. And that night that we had Emma, we actually worked with her and were able to get her to start walking the way that she should be. But for about a 24-hour period, my fella and I had a goose. We had a Canada goose. Oh my gosh, hang on. Comment coming through. Come through on StreamYard. Sarah B. We both were for hours. For hours, because I think part of it was that we so desperately wanted to have like an animal of our own. And I mean, like, our animals are our kids. Our dogs are our kids, and we were just like, we had no idea how much it was gonna hurt when we let her go. But I mean, at the same time, we honestly had that conversation, like what I was saying about the hippo, that it's like, where are you gonna put a goose? Where are you gonna put a Canada goose? These things get aggressive. They need space. They need to fly. They need to do things. Like, I don't know what we would have done. We would have had to move into like the country. We like if we couldn't have reunited at all. Like, it just, my life would be so much different if we still had the goose. So ultimately, I mean, the right thing happened. Like, the right things happened. It was the way that it was supposed to go. Yes, exactly. Sarah B. It might have been a wild goose, but Emma was your wild goose for a short time. And I just remember my boss looking at me when I was like on the phone throughout the day, because I normally wasn't. So it was kind of like, if I'm on the phone a lot, there's something going on. There's something wrong. And I literally looked at my boss and I just said, something's happening and I can't tell you. I can't. Because there are some people that really, if like, I guess in some ways we shouldn't have had her overnight, but the problem was, if we didn't take her to the one rescue that had that program, there was a good chance if any other animal control took her that she would have been euthanized. So we figured, if we had to go before a judge, and we literally just said like, we made this call because it was the best thing for her and we kept her safe and we followed the rescue's instructions, I didn't think we were going to have a problem. But I really didn't want someone like reporting us or hearing it the wrong way, because there's Karens everywhere. I'm sure you guys understand what I mean. So the next day, I got to tell my boss, I'm like, so yesterday, it was a moment. It was a moment. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But she was your wild goose. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Nicole, Fly Away Home. Remember that movie? Exactly. 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 And I did not have space to make myself my own little like goose plane to, do all that. It's not gonna happen. Yeah. So there you go. I can't believe I've said that out to the world. There's still a part of me that's like scared that somebody's gonna get mad. I'm like,
15 years
I know it was 15 years ago, and to be honest with you, we called the rescue organization. We did everything we were told to do by the rescue organization. We did things to the best of our ability, and we saved that goose. So things happen the way they were supposed to happen. But for the what? Producer Sister has prepared for us the before and after pics of terrible tattoos getting fixed. Previously, we did actually look at bad tattoos. I almost want to pull that up too, just as like a primer almost, if that makes sense. Let me see if I can find it. I should have done this before. This is my bad. Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. Yeah, Producer Sister shared this one with us in September. And I think a lot of people really like that. Also, Liam, yeah, and that's what people, and that people is what is called a goose chase.
Wow.
A wild goose chase, 100%. So, Producer Sister showed us this one. We all laughed pretty hard. Like this guy had his hair tattooed. Gandalf in that. The Joker portrait was a moment. It was a recipe for Breaking Bad was another one. That tattoo. I don't know if I really want to even explain it. If you guys remember this, like that was just nightmare fuel. Yeah, the gems on the jawline was interesting. That piece of work. Yeah, this one. And no one wants to replace your mom, bro. Nobody. The eagle on the forehead. The Golden Girls abomination. Like we've had fun with this. We have had fun with this in the past. And yes, Katie, that was in September. I know, right? Isn't that wild? Oh. Alrighty. So these are the before and after pictures of tattoos getting fixed. I have hope. So this was a portrait cover up. On my wife's back was the post. Wow. Okay. So on both fronts, the first part, what happened? Yeah, like what happened? I'm ignoring how beautiful the other one is. Just like what is the skull shape? What does that mean? Like how did I can't. But I will say, I mean the cover up here of what looks like a German shepherd is beautiful. I love the rose. I love the way that they used the outline and made it work. It looks fantastic. Fantastic. Great cover up job. Very happy with that one. So this cover up was a knife. And then is that an alligator with a shadow? Very creative. I don't know if I like it though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like put a 1 in the chat if you like the cover up. I want to see it. I want to see what you guys think because I'm kind of on the fence. I know it's like it kind of looks like more dimensional, but I feel like a lot of the detailing here is lost with how dark it is. Katie Artist just said tooth. Nope. I always love your creative number responses. So like tooth, nope. General Scott said half. All right. I mean, I think it's arguably better. Arguably better. But at least I don't feel like the knife was super bad in the first place. But anyway, it's interesting. It's interesting. Octo skull cover / rework. Oh wow. The color, guys. Whoa. This is a very interesting piece to have for a tattoo, though. Is there like some mythology about this I'm not getting? Like with the third eye and the skull and the octopus? I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting though. Yeah, I think obviously like I would say that the cover up or the rework is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I don't think the first one's terrible either. But I do like I think the thing for me that's getting me is actually I know this isn't like super funny, but like if you look at the nose on the skull in the original one, it looks like an upside down heart. And then if you look at the nose on the rework, like you can tell what that is. It's crazy. I just hit that by accident. I'm sorry for the jump scare for anybody that just jumped 5 feet in the air because holy crap. Why would you want that? Why would you want a spider crawling up your neck? Ew! Ew! No, 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 no. It's beautifully done, and for that reason, it is gross. It's beautifully disgusting. I mean, the first one is very basic. I wouldn't have liked that either. But I mean, like the second one, I mean, the realism, my gosh, and that's part of the problem. It's too good, and I don't like it. Mm-mm. But I'm happy for you. I'm guessing that's what you wanted. Does anybody here really, really, really like spiders and you think this is cool? Because I know there's a lot of people that are like, nope, nope, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm going to move on. Okay, what was that like a gem on the foot? And then it became a fish? Yep. Interesting. 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 Definitely, I mean, the detailing on the second one is better, but I can't even make out what the first one is. Yeah. What is it? Tell me in the chat. What do you think it is? What do you think that little thing is? 'Cause I don't know. I don't know. Finally gone. Oh, the big lion and the hole. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say this. I have one criticism about the rework. And I understand the practicality of this and probably why it didn't. But that should be a full back piece. That should go all the way down. To me, it looks weird. It looks like a crop top. An epic gothy sculpted stone crop top. But I would assume by the time they were done, that probably hurt a lot and cost a ton. But I feel like if that was me, I would just go all the way down. I wouldn't just leave it like a crop top. Does anyone else see the crop top? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I was gonna check in with your comments here. Oh my goodness. King Bob, you have a black widow on your right shoulder? Why? Just I assume because you really like spiders? I mean, to each their own. I'm glad. Yeah, Pandora art. Imagine meeting a guy at some point and then spider. it would be concerning to me potentially. Yeah. Yeah. And hello, my fella. Hi. Yeah, it is a glow up. Yeah, this one is it's a lot better. He's crop top. Shirley, it's almost like he's wearing a kitty's cape or something. Stop. I mean, it kind of is. It kind of is. Oh, yeah, but tooth for sure. All the way, like, cover the back though. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, this is gonna cost. It's gonna cost a lot. It's gonna be very, very painful. So I totally understand why it's not done. So this is not like a criticism in that point. I'm just saying for me aesthetically, King Paw. Sorry, I'm waiting for this to come through. King Bob said it has a nude woman in its web. If that helps, the spider tattoo. It's probably really neat. I'm not gonna. It probably is very interesting. I'm just trying to imagine it in my brain, and it's coming together very disjointed. So that's on me. Project Metal Music, you have 11 tattoos. Wow, that's a lot of tattoos. I have 2. And I basically know what my next one's going to be too. So it's a continuation of this one in all fairness, but yeah. 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 Sophia J said, I'm speechless. I do like the rework, and I imagine, and sorry, and I agree, you might as well cover the whole back. Okay, at least I know that I'm not totally crazy. Billy Cat, thank you. Looks like a Matador jacket. Thank you all for validating my insanity. Just it looks like a crop top to me. That would be an epic little jacket though. Like a crop jacket. That'd be really, really cool. Really cool. Alrighty, we got another one here. More fish. Oh, mermaid too fishy. Aw. I kind of wish they kept the mermaid. But the detailing is much better. Kind of wish it had color though. I'm so critical. I'm sorry. Like I look at these tattoos and I'm just like I just pull them apart. I pull them apart. Oh. Just Soki said today is the 10th anniversary of my first and only tattoo. I do need to work on a design for another one. Soki, if you don't mind me asking, what did you get? If you're okay with sharing. I'd love to see. But yes, tattoo cover up. The next one. Cover up of the tattoo my abusive ex gave me. 1% to the lotus.
Yeah.
I love the lotus.
Yeah.
We love the lotus. I have questions about why there was a 1% tattooed in the first place. Because my brain tries to go through like why that would be, because I think like the 1%, obviously. And then I also think milk.
I went a darker way.
Oh, you went, yeah, producer sister went a darker way. I don't like it. I don't like it. But yes, I love the lotus. Embrace the survival. Proud of you. Proud of you, person that has the lotus tattoo. I don't know you, but I am proud of you and I'm happy for you. Happy with my cover up is another one. I'm trying to see what part of the body this is.
I believe it's leg. That's the knee bend.
Oh, okay, it's the knee.
I think. So.
Okay, so instead of the character that honestly it looks like it kind of bled, so it's definitely not the character that they originally wanted in the first place, to this like floral thing, which is really pretty. It looks almost like embroidery. Can I just say something about the how do I word this? I'm seeing this trend right now where the embroidery flower thing is coming back as like a pattern. I'm seeing it like on wedding dresses, like it's been forecasted that it's going to be a really big thing. All I can see when I see these flowers now is Midsommar. Does anyone else have this problem? All I can think of is Midsommar. And it doesn't really like fill me with the warm and fuzzies, because if you have not seen that film, it is definitely psychological horror. It is by far one of the most terrifying movies I've ever seen, and I know some people don't feel that way, but I honestly wonder, like, if it doesn't scare you at the end, if you're not unsettled at the end, I don't know if people fully understand how scary it is. But yeah, I don't know. Am I the only one that sees that? I just see the big flower dress in my head. Just going here quickly. Soki responded, said, "It's Kim. I got the original logo of the Wheel of Time book series, not the one from the Amazon show on my wrist. Simple black. Probably should have made it a bit more elaborate, but I love it anyway. Why not? Why not? I'm glad you love it. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be." Yeah. Project When the Music also said, "Yeah, I got the Punisher, Eddie the head tat with a wired skull, 2 punch tats, Final Fantasy 9 tat, a Motorhead tat, and A, maybe the letter, I'm guessing, and 4 others. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome." Unmistakable Jen said, "My only tattoo is a lotus as well. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it." Oh gosh, yeah. The Purple Rose Gamer, the worst cover up I've ever seen is the one that Cheryl Cole had done. She went from a nice small tattoo to an ugly rose covering her entire butt. And that's the thing. I would love to show you guys that, but it's literally showing you Cheryl Cole's butt. Her whole butt. It was a choice. It was a choice. Sarah said, "Ugh, Midsommar, a brilliantly done movie I would never ever watch again." Yeah, it's kind of that like that disturbing level of like I know that this was masterfully done. And it was one of those films, like, I heard a few people, like, when Ari Aster premiered it, as soon as, like, the lights came up at the end and they got to ask him questions, it was always people being like, "Are you okay? Like, what happened here?" It's disturbing. All right. The original was done by a good friend, so I didn't want a full cover up, and I think the new artist did a great job satisfying. Oh, absolutely. Talk about a glow up. Talk about a glow up. Fantastic. Fantastic. I like the flower style too, like, and just all the individual details in the center. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Good job. Good job. Good job. Let's see here. At Leo Ruitt's Tattooer on Instagram. Oh, wow. Much better. Much, much better. Also, like, okay. To me, when I look at this, I am so surprised that the green was able to be covered that well. Like, you can't tell at all on the new one. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. It looks great. It looks absolutely stunning. Good job to them. Good job to them. I kind of like the style too. It's almost like traditional, but not. It's interesting. It's interesting. If any of you guys have like tattoos, if you have like a preferred aesthetic, let me know in the chat because like I think everybody kind of has like mine tend to be more minimalist. Like literally both of mine are text. They're like handwritten text. So I've never really done anything super in depth. I'd like to. I'd like to. But I don't know where I'd put it and I don't know what I get. Oh, you know I'm going to love this. My first and only cover up. What do you think of it? I think it's fantastic. V for Vendetta all the way. All the way. One of my favorite movies ever. Absolutely ever. Put one in the chat if you've seen V for Vendetta. Let me know because you should. If you haven't, you should. You should. Be prepared, but you should. So good. Like the bleeding of the V. Oh. And people shouldn't be afraid of their governments. Their governments should be afraid of their people. 100%. 100%. Great movie. Great, great movie. Deathly Hollows cover up. Oh, your puppy. Sorry. We gotta love the puppy. I like it. I like it. The Clover. I'm guessing maybe like I would be so cute if the dog's name was Clover.
Yeah.
That'd be adorable. That'd be adorable. Yeah. Seeing some of you guys sharing your aesthetics here. Unmistakable Jen said, "Yes, I love fine lines, clean and aesthetically pleasing." Yes. And Jennifer said watercolor floral tattoos. Those are stunning too. The watercolor ones, I see them picking up steam and they look great. They look great. I love all the love for V for Vendetta. Also, Sarah B, this comment is fantastic. Remember the something something. Remember the 5th of November. The gunpowder treason and plot. And think of no reason the gunpowder treason shall ever be forgot. I think it's something like that. Yeah. Yeah, the Deathly Hollows is a nice clean design. It is. And I've seen a lot of people that have that tattooed. Oh, sorry. Eggs in a basket is still my favorite breakfast. That's a deep cut. Denise said, I always joked with my mom that I would get a clock tattooed on my tummy because my surgery scars are pointing at 9 o'clock. Still thinking of it. Might look funny if I get pregnant. Haha. Why not? It's just. I honestly, I really do love surgery cover up scars. I think like the surgery scar cover up tattoos. I think they're really, really unique. And I know that they can be so healing for so many people too, depending on the reasons that they got the scars. It's really, really cool. Here we go. Okay, go to the next one. I am biased, but I think I have the best cover up ever. That's a bit of an upgrade. Interesting. I wonder who was named in those hearts that you were like, nope, we're changing it. But beautiful detail. Beautiful detail. Lots of fun. I like it. The color work too is gorgeous. This is a thing I do now. I look at tattoos because my best friend is a tattoo artist. So she sends me a lot of pictures and is like, look at this one, and we go back and forth. It's fun. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Star cover up. I mean, I see what they did. I'm not a big fan of this one. Not gonna lie. Not a super big fan. I think they took lemons and they made lemonade. It's definitely better, but I don't know. I feel like it's incomplete. Does anybody else feel that way? Like it should keep going. Like it's the beginning of something and it doesn't go anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. It was weird. Yeah. I'm interested what you guys think of this one because I'm very like, Houston said, it seems like I remember someone looking for a girlfriend with a specific name because of his tattoo. It's always funny when things like that happen. Love the doggy. And Cheryl, yeah, saying I agree with you. It's, yeah. And yeah, I can still see the star average supreme 100%. And I think that's part of it. It's like, yeah, I don't know. My cover up. Much better. You can see the blue part still survived at the top here. But nicely done. I wish there was a bit more detailing in the flowers, like color dimension, but it does look good. It looks better. Yeah. Soki, yeah, I don't like the tattoos that have backgrounds that just stop randomly, like a full color and then nothing. Exactly. It's distracting. To me. But that's just me. Keep going here. Mother clucking cover up. The choices. I imagine a certain type of person when I see a tiny symbol as a tattoo on like an ankle. It's obviously like, they want to have it something that they can cover up. They want to have it be minimal, nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy, nothing too out there. And then you're going to go back in and I'm going to get a chicken with flowers that looks like it belongs in an early 2000s Red Rooster kitchen. Like we went from one side to the other. There was no middle ground. We just went for it. And this is the thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with the first one, but whatever the eternity thing this was symbolizing, apparently it ended and the chicken took its place. I don't know what happened. Okay, that's different. Kyle, I can't. I just can't. By the way, Kyle, I thought of you the other day when I was in Crappy Tire. Producer sister and I were looking at Christmas decorations, and they had an ornament of a pineapple. And I was this close to getting it, but I don't know what I want to do behind me for the holidays. But yes, we both looked at each other, and I was like, Kyle, Kyle. Thought that might make you laugh. So, oh, Cindy, you can be sure it's pretty much going to be one of a kind. I mean, who among us has a chicken tattooed on them? Who among us? It's not really the normal.
Anyone running out to get that tattoo?
Is anybody running out to get that tattoo? Does anybody want a chicken now? I'm good. All right, and this is a shoulder cover up here. I'm just double checking. We're on slide 19. It looks like we've got 21, so we've got 2 more after this. You know what? I don't mind the first one.
Yeah.
Because it's like the style of it. It is what it is. It's chunky. It's blocky. It's the almost the what's it called? Savage black. It's so deep. And then we had to a panther. Is that a panther?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. I mean, the panther's well done. I kind of like the first one better, in my opinion, but that's just me. But it does look good. Kyle. That is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. We get a bunch of the pineapples and put googly eyes on them. Like it's everywhere, everything all at once. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I will consider this.
I'm going to have to take you back to the tire, aren't I?
And Michael's. Project Metal Music. Yeah, nothing wrong with the first one. Katie, same thing. I agree. I like the first better, 100%. Oof, I like the tribal better from Average Supreme. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm glad I am not the only one. Yeah. Denise, yep. The one is better. Yeah, it's. You know what though? It seems like he's happier with it, and good for him. Definitely a different style. But it be what it is. Horseshoe crab and dragon cover up. What am I looking at? The perspective on this is hard. I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm sorry. I know I need to keep talking because this is my show, but I don't like either of them. I would pass on both of them. No offense. Is it a dragon skull?
Yeah, it almost reminds me of like Return of the King.
Yeah.
The skulls.
Producer sister just said it reminds her of Return of the King and the skulls. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't like it. I don't like it. Exactly. Like Lulu's mom. I see nose sockets. I think I see eye holes. I think I see a nose hole. I think I see some teeth, but I don't see the top of the jaw. I have questions. I have so many questions. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of this. I am not a fan of this at all. Neither of them. All right, go to the last one. And the before and after. Okay. The first one. Was that supposed to be like a Batman symbol?
I don't know.
What is that?
Bad.
What is it? Is that a symbol I am not aware of? If anyone in the chat knows what that is, please tell me because I have a knowledge lapse there. But the rose I think is beautiful. The bees here. I think we all, some of us have a joke going in our head right now about the bee. It's the Wu-Tang Clan. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle, for informing me. I appreciate that. Now I know. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you for educating me on that. But yeah, Tammy, yeah, I agree with you. The roses are better. I do like the flower better. Thank you, Holy Popo. I'm sorry that I don't know that. Now I do. Yeah, and I mean, the cover-ups was done very well. You really can't see the black at all. I am in shock that they were able to do that. I guess they were able to hide it under the leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting though. Well done. Well done. King Bob, the rose is okay, but the bee needs to fly away. I mean, it's trying. You can tell it's going away. Yeah, Cheryl E. The rose could have done without the oversized looking bee. Emojis. Oh, well, guys, there are the tattoos. Thank you very much, producer sister, for putting that together for us. I think that was fun. That was fun. We will continue to look at the sagas situation. Oh my gosh, Lulu's mom. The rose stepped on a bee. Oh gosh. The things that will live in my head rent free because of that trial. I swear. I swear. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Well, you guys, we got through that all faster than I was expecting. So what I want to say is, can I get some hearts up in the chat to say thank you to producer sister for doing such an incredible job? Because she did, and I very much appreciate her and the work that she does. Both producer sister and I have our own day jobs as well, so this is all stuff that she does in spare time, and I very much appreciate it because she wants to add to this channel. So it's wonderful, and I very much appreciate you, producer sister, as always. Much love to you. Let me take a look. Sorry, I have some messages that just came in and they're flooding, and I'm like, what's happening? Okay. Alrighty. Thank you very much for the love for producer sister. So we have some time. I am going to be honest with you guys about something. So tomorrow, my little Lacey is having her surgery, and I have to drop her off at between 8 a.m. and 8:30. And then I have to just leave and wait. And when Charlie's was done, he didn't have his done until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was just kind of like twiddling my thumbs the whole day. And as hard as it was to do, like for Charlie with his surgery, for me to, I was nervous about him and everything else. I have a lot of trouble functioning without Lacey, right? Just because she is my service dog, it is difficult. And producer sister and I have thrown around the idea of potentially doing a pop-up stream tomorrow for members only, keeping in mind that I'm going to be very anxious, a little bit of a mess, and just kind of having a fun whatever stream. It would be earlier in the day. I didn't know if any space angels here would be interested in that. If you guys would, be open to that throughout the day. I wouldn't want to be on at the same time that Andy and Steph are going to go live for popcorn, but it's just, I think it would be a fun way, to help me keep my sanity, because I love streaming. I love being with you guys. And, and then I can keep you guys posted about what's going on, because I know some of you guys want to know what's going on with Lace too, because you love her. But yeah, so if you guys are down, we can definitely consider doing that. And I will let you guys know. Yeah, it's basically oh, you guys are all like, I'll be here for you. We're here for you. It's like the Friends theme in my head now. And now I'm like, oh. Yeah. Katie artist, yeah, producer sister just went. We can all distract each other. Yay. Okay, so why don't I do this then? Let's talk about, I think producer sister has worked on a what the what for us to do. So is there anything that you guys in a members only stream, knowing that the restrictions are not as tight? I still have to be careful about what I show you guys as far as copyright. So like I can't watch a TV show with you, for example, and react to it. I'm still going to get in trouble for that, but I can have a bit more freedom to say things or talk about things. Is there anything that you guys would like me to do that could be fun? Oh my gosh, I just saw someone say the meme stream. I don't think we have time to prep that the way I want to. Um, but we want to do that. We want to do that. Part of the thing with the meme stream that I was thinking about that I wanted to do it earlier, to be honest with you. Like I was hoping we already would have done that. Um, but what I'm gonna have to do is take a lot of these videos that are the jokes, and I'm going to have to transform them in some way so that when I play them, I don't have to stop them every couple of seconds. Because as much as I don't care, there's two types of claims for copyright. And this is behind the scenes boring YouTube stuff. There's a copyright claim, which means that the owner of the content that you have shown on your stream has decided they're okay with you playing it, but they don't want you profiting off of their work. So, what they've said is any money you make off of this video through monetization is ours, which is frustrating because sometimes it's literally like you played a 10-second clip of something in a 3-hour video and they go, no, we get everything. So, that's a copyright claim and it doesn't hurt your channel. I have claims all the time. It's fine. It's fine. I have no problem with creators being paid for the work that they do. Let's be real. And because it's in members only, I have things not monetized in there, so it's not an issue. Then there's a copyright strike. And that is when the person that owns the content gets really, really mad that you used any of it. And they go, nope, you're not allowed to do that. Here is a strike on your account. And if you get 3 strikes on your account, you lose your account. So it's always a bit of a, and it's also the thing like you don't know. You don't know which one it's going to be. So it's always a risk, which is why having that transformation is important. So I don't have a problem with that when we do the meme stream. So I'm working on it. But then I had to like change computers. I had to do it was like a whole so figuring out new programs and all that stuff. It's tough. It's tough. So we can definitely do some stuff. Um and I'm glad you guys are down for the idea. That makes me pretty happy. Just chill. Um yeah, Liam, exactly. I was going to say react to Britney music videos, but no. And that's the thing. I probably could get away with that without a strike. But what I would likely do would be I would download the videos, mirror them a little bit, put some breaks in between for comments and stuff like that. So it is transformed, it is for educational purposes, it is for reaction and fair use purposes. And you just try to be above board on that front. It's annoying. Oh, Project Metal Music said, ItsKim idea. Get Space Angels to send in some photos of their tats if they're willing to do so. It's an idea. I want to do like a way that you guys can send me stuff, but it's also like I want to make sure that it's not the wild, wild west because some people suck.
I don't know how you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
And if people abuse it, then we'll have to shut it down.
Yeah. Yeah. KDR74, seeing what like memes around isn't the same alone as seeing them here and reacting with everyone. It's true. It's true. And I think that's part of it, right? I think part of why people like streaming is because it's like hanging out with a bunch of people. And for people that, sometimes are socially uncomfortable if they go out and meet a bunch of people, like if you were sitting in a room right now with 117 people, you would be like, there's a lot of people here, right? And it would be overwhelming. But in a stream, it's fun because you all get to interact as much as you want to interact, right? If you want to chat, you can chat. If you don't have to. If you want to have other stuff on in the background, you can. There's no rules. And that's always a good thing for me. It's part of why I love streaming because it's great. Let me take a look here. Liam, yeah, try it and see what happens. That's the problem is though, that's literally me putting my work, everything I've done over the past year and a bit in limbo. And that's a risk that I'm not willing to take. If that makes sense. So Lulu's mom said, yes, I'm trapped in a hotel between jobs and in the process of buying a house. I love this community you've saved. Oh my goodness, Lulu's mom. Lulu's mom, you are saving yourself. I know you are. And I'm so happy that this is a place that you can come, that you feel like you can be safe. I really, really, really do appreciate that. That means a lot. That means a lot. Um, because I do know what that's like when you're going through something and you find something that makes you feel at home and like a good place and all those things, and that's what you need. So I'm glad that this community has been able to give you that makes everything worth it, honestly. So thank you so much for sharing that with me. I really do appreciate that, and my best to you, and I hope that everything gets better soon for you. Let me see here. Chris Barber, too bad you don't have a PO box because I saw something the other day that you would get a kick out of. We're working on it. We're working on it. Expensive. We're working on it. And I don't want to necessarily get like the cheapest one for reasons. You know what I mean? Yep. Project Metal Music. Yep. I'm the same. My channel, I won't play music vids. I hear you. I hear you. That's why when I did the Eurovision reaction videos, I specifically would I would pre-record it and then I would put up a version of it. And if I had any issues with copyright, it was down and I went and I did it again and I figured it out so that I avoided that whole problem. But the thing is, if it's live and it's happened. So you can't take it back. It is what it is. It exists. That's it. So it's frustrating. Denise, right? I hate how expensive PO boxes are. I know. But I get it. It is what it is. It is what it is. And we're figuring it out. So it's all good. It is all good. Lee just said, sorry, I thought that might have worked. It's okay. It's okay. Honestly, it's so frustrating when some YouTube things don't make sense. They don't. They do not make sense. They're not going to make sense. And you just have to learn through trial and error. And I'm doing my best to learn from my friends who have had trouble so that I don't have to learn the same lesson as them, for example, right? It'd be what it be. Mm-hmm. Sage said, I would love to discuss Britney's song lyrics in light of what she revealed in the book. So many songs sound different now, you know? Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, I know there's like the obvious ones of, Lucky. I think a lot of people feel that Lucky hits different now. And, I totally get that. It's difficult. But I think for me, the biggest thing was listening to Someday I Will Understand after understanding what happened between her and Justin and their potential child. It hits so much different, and that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Yeah. Cue the Elaine clip, Kyle. I'm trying. It's true. It's true. Yeah. So we could just have a fun stream. We'll do a fun stream tomorrow then, and you guys are welcome to attend. I will have it up for replay for members as well. So a bit looser, a bit more fun, hopefully. And I'll probably be having a lot of coffee. All that fun stuff. Sorry, it's just loading. Project Metal Music said, last year I did a live stream of a band that I'm friends with, and the act that was on, I had to mute the act's sound as they played covers, and if I didn't, I lost my channel. 100%. Yep. And it's honestly, that's part of why I like the intro music that you guys hear while the stream is starting. That is custom music that I had composed. I spoke with someone who wrote music and instrumental music, and I gave them a few reference pieces of songs that I liked, and I just said if we could do something kind of like in this vibe, I would be down. And that's what we did. And I'm so happy I did that because the issues that I have seen from some people, especially like if they have a song that starts off as royalty free and then something changes within the status and then they have an issue with all of the videos that ever use that sound, it's a mess. It is a mess. And it's, I want to add more music into the show. I may do that over the next year or so. That'd be fun. Because I do love it. And good time. me see here. Katie Artist 94. I wish we could send in images for what the what. Lol. I'm in some hilarious Facebook groups like the crazy signs and messy houses in the backgrounds of selling ads. They are great. They are great. They are so funny. Oh, the houses thing. The houses thing. That's always the thing. I feel like people they don't get it right off the bat, and then if they look at the right amount of houses that are funny, they're like, "Oh, this is like the greatest thing ever." It's so chill. It's so chill and it's so funny. I love it. I love it. Love it. Da, da, da. Yeah. Inside joke galore. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. Project Metal Music, the other two bands, I had no problems. And that's the thing. It's so hit and miss. It's so hit and miss, and you don't know. You never know. And it's so frustrating. It's like, I'll bring in this analogy. When I was in high school in my drama class, we did a warm up one time, and it was a game called Pruy. I'm going to walk you through the rules of Pruy. I want you to imagine you have a group of 30 teenagers in a room. The room walls are stone, and it is a huge open room with carpet. And what they did was they picked one person who was it, like tag, but they were called Pruy. Pruy couldn't speak. So what you were supposed to do is, if you were not Pruy, is you closed your eyes. The lights were turned off. So it's pitch dark. There's no windows in this room. Pitch dark. Close your eyes, stick out your arms, and try to grab Pruy. So you have a whole bunch of teenagers in a room doing this, trying to grab other people. And what you're supposed to do is just say Pruy, 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 Pruy the entire time. And then once you touch Pruy, because Pruy can't speak back, you latch onto Pruy until you have a huge group of people. This did not work well. This did not work well. And sometimes I feel like when it comes to the copyright stuff that I am playing Pruy. I am in the dark going, is this okay? Is this okay? Is it okay? I'm not hearing anything, so I guess it's okay. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's like Marco Polo or sardines, except it's in the dark. It's in pitch darkness.
Sardines is usually in the dark.
Oh, is sardines in the dark?
When we played it once.
I've never played sardines in the dark. No.
Oh, we did that at church.
Yeah. But it's always oh my gosh. Yeah. But yeah, Pruy was a game. We never played Pruy again. It did not go well. At all. Yeah. Project Metal Music says, I got the bands to say I give permission, Project Metal Music permission to stream the live gigs. Yep. And that's the thing. You have to get so many permissions, everything. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But yes, it very much sometimes feels like with the exactly, General Scott. Thank you. You knew what I meant. Bunch of teenagers all feeling around in the dark. It was I just remember standing in the room and going like, who thought that this was a good idea? Who approved this? Why? Just why? It was dumb. It was dumb. Yeah. Cindy D just said some channels do things and get in trouble and others do the very same and get nothing. Yep. There's no consistency. It makes no sense. It makes no sense, but it's okay. What's going on? Okay. Are you sure, producer sister? Okay. Producer sister
We can try it. If people abuse it, we'll shut it down.
has made an email address. So here is what I'm going to say. I'm going to give you guys the email if you want to send stuff in. I would request the following. I am going to have a zero tolerance policy on what I'm going to say is inappropriate content.
We'll be blocked.
You will be blocked immediately. immediately, because I will not stand for people, harassing or, sending in explicit images, things like that. That is not happening. I do not accept it. And if it becomes a problem, the email will be shut down, period. Um, Second, I will ask that you please send attachments in formats that we can essentially preview before opening. So, like JPEGs, PDFs, do not send me a zip file. I will not open it. No, thank you. You do not send me a link. Because unfortunately, oh yeah, Mean Girls type of immediately. Immediately. And the issue with sending links in particular is that you can make it look like you're going somewhere, and that's not where you're going. We don't want to get viruses up in here. I don't want to do that. Katie Artist 94, I think that is a great idea. Should we put our YouTube handle in the subject? I would appreciate that. I think that's a good way, because then we know who you are. We can maybe add you to like a contacts that we will accept. And then over time, we can kind of build up the space angels and knowing who people are, and that's all good. Yeah, so just be smart about it, be safe about it. Please do this with the idea that you are, you're protecting us as well, and all that stuff. So the email, very simple. I'm gonna put it in a banner. There it is. It is producersister@gmail.com. So if you want to send in tattoos, if you want to send in funny things, pictures that you've seen, all that type of stuff, go for it. And just remember that if you do send me something and we don't open it or we don't use it, please do not take offense to it. Unfortunately, one of the things that you have to realize in broadcasting is that sometimes things don't make a cut. And it's not because it's bad. It's not because it's not wanted. It's just because timing is everything. I have had so many things that I have put together and spent hours, if not days, working on, potentially for popcorn that never got used. It's happened a number of times. It's disappointing, but that is the nature of this. So please, if your stuff is not used, know that it is not personal against you in any way. It just is. There could be a lot of other things going on, and for whatever reason, we've had to make a call that this one is not moving forward. But I hope that that makes some sense. Alrighty. Did y'all get the email? Are we good? I'm gonna take down the banner. Okay. I think it's simple enough to remember.
I couldn't believe it was available.
Yeah, producer sister's like, I can't believe it was available, but you have it now. You have it now. There we be. All right. Aw. King Bob. Thanks, wonderful sister. We love it. We love it. We love you guys. All right. So, I think I'm gonna go for about 5 more minutes. So we're gonna start to wind down a bit. Does anybody else have any questions? Any last minute support? Anything you want to do? Now is the time. And I will look at the chat and talk to you guys. Thank you for the love you guys showed to producer sister. She deserves it. She deserves it. It makes, yeah, it's awesome. Thank you. Because she's great. And she should know that she's great. Because she's great. I will say with the members only stream tomorrow, something we will try to do, if it does end up happening, is instead of Lacey being my co-pilot, you guys can spend some time with my dog, Charlie. I normally don't have Charlie with me because he makes a lot of noise. We may not be able to have him with us the whole time, but he is a sleepy Shih Tzu that is very talkative, and snores, and also just He never stops making noise. The minute Charlie is quiet, I am concerned. That's just the way that it is now. So, yeah. Soki asked, random question, is producer sister your older sister or younger sister, if I'm not prying too much? I don't think that that's prying too much. No, I am the younger. Producer sister is older than me, just by a few years. General Scott, do you have a rough time frame, your time, for when the stream might be on so we can search for it if we have to? I'm not 100% sure. I could see it starting earlier in, like, before noon, but what I will do is I will send out a community post, as well as the video itself, and I find that those tend to send out pretty good notifications, and I will try to give some notice, so that happens, and I can also put something on my Instagram if that's easier for you guys too, so that'll show up. I am in Eastern Standard Time, so I normally start this show, my time zone, around 2 in the afternoon, between 2 and 2:30. Um, so I was thinking like 11? 11? So, yeah, I don't know, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But I will do my best to give advance notice the best I can. Um Chris Barber, he can't whine like my Shih Tzu does, lol. Jillian whines all the time. Oh no, mine whines, he complains, he gives TED Talks, he sings, he snores, he snorts. And not only that, but when he's not making noise, he'll do stuff like, he's very picky about his water. He wants to have fresh, cold water all the time, preferably with ice cubes. Preferably. And if his water is not up to his standards, he starts batting the side of the bowl to make as much noise as possible because the water isn't good enough. It's an hour old. I want new water. This dog. And he also, and I tried for a while to get him to use like one of those filtrating ones so that it kept it cold and moving and clean all the time. No, he wants it still. He will not take it out of a fountain. The stank face I got when I tried to make that happen. I got told. I got told big time. Cerberus just asked, do you have a Discord where my wife and other people could meet and chat? I do not. I will say this right off the bat. I do not have a problem if somebody wanted to make a little community for you guys to talk and chill, but it's one that I am going to not be a part of. I've seen things, and I have to be really careful, and it does seem like, unfortunately, even with some of the biggest creators, the best creators that have the best mods and everything else, there's always gonna be people that come in and they come in to mess stuff up. And I just don't have the energy or the time to be able to moderate everything to make sure that everything is safe. And I also know that I have some people in my fan group that are younger. And I intend to protect those people. And unfortunately, those people tend to be the ones that are most vulnerable to people doing things that they shouldn't be doing. And if I start a group, the buck stops with me. And I can't. I can't be that person looking at everything and making sure that everything is fine. So it hurts because I would love to, but with the way that things are right now, I don't feel comfortable. Now, if there's different, like, if something comes out that I'm like, "Oh, we could totally do it this way." I'm fine with that. I'm totally open with that. But right now with what I've seen, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable. The safety of everybody in these communities is very important to me. Not to mention that, like, the financial stuff that goes on too. Like, people that come in and they, they will be like, oh, my grandma's dying and I need money for the funeral and it's a fake GoFundMe. And then people feel bad and they want to support people in the community and people get taken advantage of, or people end up getting doxxed because they don't secure their personal information. And then that gets spread around. And it's so much. It's so much. It's so difficult. Does that make any sense, producer sister? You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks. It sucks. Shirley said, it's Kim. My daughter and I just got a Shih Tzu puppy. We named Oliver. I had a bunny named Oliver that I love very, very much. That's very sweet. For our Tibetan Spaniel, Daisy May, and Oliver snores when he's asleep and gets vocal when he plays with Daisy May. Let the fun begin. They're such characters. I love Shih Tzus. I love Shih Tzus. There's just something about their attitude. It is infuriating and hilarious at the same time. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. I mean, I know toy poodles have definitely wormed their way into my heart now because of Lacey, but Lacey is part Shih Tzu. That sass lives within her, and it's hilarious when it shows up. Yeah. Marsha, yeah. Well, Charlie just voices his opinions. He does, and he has many of them. He has many of them. He's never short on opinion. Arya, try having a Maine Coon. They chatter all the time. They seem fun, though. They seem fun. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I thank you guys for understanding that. Katie, thank you, and Marion and Cindy. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. But this is why we can't have nice things, honey. Because you break them, I have to take them away. Sage Warrior said, Shih Tzus usually use a water bottle, no, because of their flatter nose. Family members used to have them and use water bottles like you'd use with a rabbit so they don't drown. I can tell you I've had Charlie has been with us. We were not his first owners. Charlie's been with us for 4 years. We had Scooter, who was a Shih Tzu, and he was almost 14 when he passed. He was a couple weeks out from that. They both have always used bowls. We've never had a problem. Now I make sure that they're bowls that don't hold on to bacteria that could get in their eyes and give them issues. But they've always been fine with that. I don't think I could train Charlie to go from a water bottle. I'm actually just thinking about that. No, I don't think he would go for that. No. Yeah, he does drink from a water cap. I have also taught most of my dogs how to drink out of a cup in case I have to, like if we're out somewhere and I'm like, can I just get like a cup of water and then I can give that to them? Lacey prefers the venti Starbucks cups because in her car seat, she can basically stick her head out into the center console and it's the perfect height for her to have some water while we're driving. So they definitely have preferences. Yeah. Denise, yeah, there's so many Discord servers that are brutal. Yep. Shirley, I don't blame you. Yeah, Jackie Swan, quite right. Kim, take care of the young first. I got to. It sucks. It sucks. Chris Barber, I love the Shih Tzu side eye. Side eye. Oh. And we had a Shih Tzu and she used a regular water bowl. Yeah, she passed a while ago. They just worm their way into your heart and they don't leave. Just don't leave forever. And it's awesome. And it's Kim. Oliver's 8 weeks old and weighs next to nothing, but he's already making up for his size vocally when he plays. Oh, he will. Yeah. He will. I can say this from experience. Do not underestimate the puppy Shih Tzu. They are smart. They can be difficult to train, but it's because they have to care about what they're doing. And if they figure out a way that they can have fun or mess stuff up because it will be entertaining, they will. They will. What was it? Scoot knocked, we drilled a baby gate into the wall. Yeah, it was a tension baby gate. And we had the first 2 days we had him in the bathroom. And in the bathrooms, we had like food set up and water and pee pads and bed and everything. And it was an easy floor to clean. So we just figured we'd do that and we keep him contained because he was so little. He managed to knock that gate off of the door completely. He was like 6 pounds. And then we did, I remember this. We drilled it or we nailed it to the wall after that. He got it out of the frame. He knocked the nails, everything out. Nothing was stopping him. So we come home and he's like at the top of the stairs looking at us like, I got it out. We're like, what is happening? What is this dog? Yeah. Yeah, but they're great. They're so much fun. Cindy D, can you say spoiled? We love our fur babies. We do. We do. They're great. They're great. Yeah, Cindy B. 6 pounds and 10 feet tall. Might as well. Yep. She Houdini. Can I find that video? The Houdini Shih Tzu?
Oh, there's multiple Houdini.
Yeah, because I can probably do it and mute it and we would be okay. See if I can find it. Okay, so I will put the link of what we're about to watch in the chat. I will also put it in the doc so you can reference it yourself later if you wish. Let's go here. Share screen. All right. So this Shih Tzu's trying to get out of his pen. So he's, going to pull it forward like that. This is also very much what Scoot looked like too as a puppy. He was a tricolor.
That black.
Yeah, not as black, but the pattern similar. Yeah, so somehow manages to get up on top of the crate. Surveying the area like a freaking spy. You might as well put the Mission Impossible music in. Do, 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 do. Yep, so climb, over top. Yep. Free. Bye. Like, they are escape artists. They're the best. They are crazy. They are so crazy. You have to put them in the crate and fully in the crate. Always. Always. Oh gosh. Yep. They're awesome. They're awesome. General Scott, my house is very spiritual and so far has 3 ghosts. One is playful, one likes to throw things, and the other is my favorite cat who passed in this house. That's kind of cool though. I like that. I like that. It's nice when ghosts are nice. It's nice when they're nice. It's a good time. A Mandalorian. Do, 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 do. Soki, 3 years after we got them, we found one of my puppies standing on top of the dinner table. Yep. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. I don't. But they do. Cindy, yes. The dog rules that house. They do sometimes. All right. Well, we've been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes, so I think I am going to wind down. I'm so happy you guys came out today. I very much appreciate it. I would ask you all again to do this for me, and I know so many of you do it every stream, and I appreciate it so much. When the stream ends, if you can reload the page and leave a comment, because that tells YouTube that there's interaction with this video as a video, not just as a live stream, and it helps out the channel for me tremendously, and I would very much appreciate that. So thank you all so much for being here. I will do my best to keep you guys posted about what is going on tomorrow. Thank you for your well wishes for Lacey. We very much appreciate it. If you're if you're a praying type, if you wouldn't mind praying for her and the hands that are going to be working on her, I would appreciate it. And you know, I know they're gonna go well. It's gonna go well. It's gonna be fine. But it's nerve-wracking and I hate it. Okay. So then play the ending. Thank you all so much for being here. Much love. I will hopefully see a lot of you tomorrow. If not, I will see you on Monday if all goes according to plan. I'll keep you posted. So much love, everybody. Bye.